If you're voluntarily spending more than like a weekend in Tbilisi, Georgia, maybe you're moving here, maybe you booked a one-way ticket after a questionable life decision, maybe you just didn't book a flight home, this is for you. Tbilisi has one of the lowest costs of living in Europe and West Asia. And if you're from one of 98 countries, you can stay here for a whole year. No visa, no awkward embassy interview where they ask you why you came to Georgia and you panic and start saying things like,
mountains and wine.
Though that would be a really good answer. So you're here and probably you're going to be looking for 4 walls and a roof. If you want to book before coming here, you're probably going to look to book on one of 2 websites, which are booking.com and Airbnb. So on Airbnb and booking.com, the average price of an apartment per month, including utilities and Wi-Fi, ranges from between $250 to $700 per month. The vast majority of hosts have a 30 to 50% discount if you book for at least 1 month, so that's what we always do. Of course, it can be a bit more, a lot more, and a bit less, depends on which neighborhood you're staying in, how big the place is, the quality of it, etc. I'm splitting an apartment with my boyfriend and we each paid $280 per month, which is crazy because this apartment is definitely the nicest and most spacious apartment that I've stayed in my entire life, out of like 8 apartments in 7 years or something like that. Don't tell my past landlords that. There are 4 main areas that foreigners seem to stay in, which are Sololaki, that's where I am now. It's very cute and historic, also close to the old town. Then there is Vera, which is kind of between historic and really modern, international. There is Vake, that is definitely the most bougie one. It has really leafy, beautiful streets, a lot of international restaurants, gyms, co-working spaces, things like that. Lastly, there is Sabortalo. That's where a lot of university students stay. That will be the most affordable option. As I'm staying in Tbilisi for 2 months, I cannot speak for talking to local real estate agents because I don't have experience with that. However, that is of course an option. If you are chronically online, like me, you're gonna want data. And fortunately, getting a SIM card here in Georgia is stupidly easy. You can get a physical SIM card at the airport for free with a few gigabytes of data. You can also get a physical SIM card at one of many kiosks in the old town or downtown. The price ranges from between $5 to $10 for about 5 to 15 gigabytes of data, which is pretty good. Getting an eSIM is even easier. Here are some websites that I recommend for getting an eSIM in Georgia. I got one from Selfie with unlimited data for $7.79, which is great. If you are a digital nomad, you'll definitely be worrying about the internet speed. We found that from contacting many different hosts on booking.com and Airbnb, the average internet speed is between 40 to 70 Mbps. However, when we asked about it, most of them even responded,
"Oh, we can double the speed for you."
Like for free or for a small fee per month. Georgian hosts are just like that. Yeah. Water. It is drinkable. Everybody drinks it. I haven't gotten sick, haven't gotten a rash. Don't spend your money on bottled water. We found 4 main supermarkets in Tbilisi, which are Spar, Orinabiji, Carrefour, and Goodwill. The first one, Spar, this is probably the most common one. You can see it like every other block. It has a good number of products, but the range of brands isn't that big. And also it tends to be pretty expensive. Then there's Orinabiji. We go to this one almost every single day to get, a little something. Great option. Also very cheap, like 50% sometimes cheaper than Spar. Then there's Carrefour. Carrefour is like the, mini Costco. It's like a mini Costco of Georgia. You can find everything at Carrefour, but there aren't that many Carrefours. You have to make a little bit of a trek to get there sometimes. So we go here maybe once a week or once every other week. Then there is Goodwill. And Goodwill is like the Whole Foods of Georgia. It is very high quality, but it's also more expensive. If you're looking for organic products or imported stuff, you can most likely find it at Goodwill. Now, on grocery prices. Of course, items that are produced in Georgia or neighboring countries are going to be a lot cheaper than imported stuff. I will just go through the average prices. So let's take a walk through the supermarket. 1 liter of regular milk, $1.86. 1 loaf of regular sandwich bread, 74 cents. 1 kilogram of rice, $2.97. 1 kilogram of fresh chicken breast, $6.68. 1 kilogram of beef, $11.13. 1 kilogram of watermelon, which I've been eating a heck lot of because it costs 37 cents per kilogram. 1 kilogram of peaches, $1.48.
I forgot to film the eggs, but a carton of 12 eggs will be $2.23.
1 kilogram of imported cheese, like from the Netherlands or France, $7.42. But if you get Georgian cheese, which is delicious, and there are a lot of different types of, because Georgia produces a lot of cheese, around $3.71. 500 milliliter soft drink will be around 74 cents. A local beer from the supermarket, $1.52. Bottle imported beer, around $2.23. You can find a mid-range wine bottle for around $7. These are just the grocery prices. If you go to bazaars or local produce markets, you can often find the prices for 20 to 30% lower. If you sometimes like to come out of your cave and see other people, there are cafes everywhere. Coffee culture here is great. And you can find a cup of coffee for between $1 to $4. $1 will be more like a Turkish coffee or sometimes an espresso. And then $4 will be more like an oat milk latte. Worth it. Maybe. If we're looking at street food, you can find khachapuri, which is a bread with like cheese inside, from between around 37 cents to $1.80.
A Georgian-style hot dog will be between 74 cents and $1.11.
If you want to eat some good Georgian food for cheap, I recommend going to one of those places with the old-style buildings that is kind of in a hidden alley. The quality of food is almost always, quite good, and it is really affordable as well. So the price of this kind of place, or maybe a cafe or like canteen style place, can usually be between $3 to $6 per meal. If you are looking at an inexpensive restaurant, but maybe in a main touristy area, it can be between $8 to $12. A mid-range restaurant, probably between $16 to $26. And a fancier restaurant will be maybe around $50. And the price of international restaurants can be quite expensive actually.
For example, meat doner with rice, $10.95.
Now a topic that is very near and dear to my heart, public transportation. If you're in Tbilisi and you don't want to log 50,000 steps per day, you're going to want to use the bus or subway. And fortunately, it is very affordable. It is 1 Georgian lari, or around 37 cents per tap. And you can tap with your credit card or debit card, or you can get a Metro Money card, which will allow your, 1 Georgian lari fare to last 90 minutes with unlimited transfers. And also the quality of the buses and subways, it is pretty good. It is really clean. It is usually on time. Traffic hour, meh. But yeah, that is just kind of a universal thing. Tbilisi is actually a really walkable city, except for it does have a lot of cobblestone streets and uneven sidewalks and stray dogs. And for those reasons, it's not a super bike-friendly city unless you are an experienced cyclist. I do see some bike lanes, especially in the Vake and Bera districts, which also tend to be a lot flatter. But in most of the neighborhoods, I wouldn't recommend biking here unless you are experienced. I haven't tried it. Random costs if you like nice things sometimes. An eyebrow wax will be between $5 to $10. A massage between $20 to $40, a silver bath experience, which is a very Georgian thing, between $15 to $30, and the price of a gym membership is oddly a bit expensive here, between $40 to $60 per month. I can just hike up the mountain for free. Health insurance, it really varies between expats. If you're staying here long term, you might be eligible for Georgian health insurance, which is like $250 per year, or from $250 per year, which is much lower than international health insurance. It can literally be between $30 to $400 per month, but it really depends on your nationality and things like this. Do your own research on that.
So what does it cost in total to live in Tbilisi per month? It's hard to say because everybody's lifestyle is insanely different. For me, in my first month, I spent $681, and I haven't moved here. This is just based on my observations and experiences from traveling or staying here for an extended period of time. We aren't living luxuriously, but we have gotten a nice apartment in a lovely area. We can eat well and enjoy good coffee and still have money left over for some adventures. But if you're curious to try Tbilisi out, well, it is architecturally stunning. It is very sunny, has a lot of good Wi-Fi spots, and it's safer than almost any other country in Western Europe or North America. I would recommend.